What do you think is going to happen with Florida? Because Florida is very unpredictable. You say you like that. It appealed to you. For me, that was one of the things that I wasn't sure about. As you know, I was deciding between many of those states. I was like, do I go to Tennessee? Do I go to Texas? Do I come to Florida? And I just said, I think Florida is strong under DeSantis. I think he's done a fantastic job. But if it's not DeSantis, I don't know. Florida is very unpredictable in presidential elections and things of that nature. So what do you think happens? I want to ask you first, do you think DeSantis is going to run?
President?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
90%.
Do you think Trump is going to run and they're going to both be on the stage together?
If nothing happens here with whatever they're trying to do, all the shenanigans, he's also going to run.
Okay. That's a whole separate, we'll get to that in a second. What happens to Florida if DeSantis, let's say DeSantis ran, let's say DeSantis wins. Do you have any concerns about Florida going very blue?
Of course. You always have that concern of going blue. Very blue? I don't know. Blue? Absolutely, right? Because you're going to have people that are going to go and try to target a couple different states. They're targeting Texas as well, though. They're targeting a lot of these red states. They know Texas is an enemy. And right now, in a lot of different markets in Texas, if you go to Austin right now, you won't feel like you're in Texas. Yeah. Because Austin's not Texas. Austin's homelessness is up. Yeah. In the streets, it's not like what you think it is. Yeah, they have a couple nice areas that you go to, but they're taking a hit. Houston's, they're now the third largest city in America, 2.8 million. They just passed up Chicago 2-3 years ago. So Houston's going to be a very powerful city. Some are saying it's going to be the biggest city in America in the next, 40, 50 years. By 2100, an economist said by 2100, Houston will be the largest city in America. So is there that risk in this state you live in? Yes. Okay. But let me ask the question a different way. What's the likelihood of California having a true conservative Republican governor the next 40 years?
Never. Not happening.
Okay. But give me the chances. 0 to 100.
0.
Let's say 1%.
0.1.
Okay.
I'll be generous.
What's the chances of us having an AOC governor in the state of Florida?
No, that's not happening either.
So if I'm going to deal with a liberal, I'm okay. But I'm not going to deal with a
radical.
I'm not going to deal with a radical. I don't have I voted for. I'm a Bill Clinton. So I don't have a problem being with somebody that understands that economy is critical. Leave the business owner alone. Sure, you want to talk about some of the other stuff. Fine, but for the most part, the chances of us having a conservative governor in California is 1%. The chance of us having a conservative governor here over the next 40 years, 4 or 5 times, is a lot higher. I'm going to take this risk over the other one.
I saw an exchange that was interesting the other day between our friend Dave Rubin and Megyn Kelly. And they were, I don't know if you saw this one, they were talking about Trump voters. And Dave Rubin, I believe, was of the opinion that regardless, even if Trump and DeSantis get on the stage, the voters will coalesce behind whoever gets the nomination. And Megyn Kelly was essentially saying the Trump voters are not going to go for DeSantis. They will not leave Trump. And if they believe that this is Trump's turn, that he was denied last time, and that it's not DeSantis' turn. Even though they like what DeSantis is doing in Florida, they're not going to get behind DeSantis. They are Trump loyalists to the end. I'm back and forth. On the one hand, I think that it would be good for both candidates to get on the debate stage and may the best man win, honestly. It's very good for them to have to kind of go at it like that. On the other hand, I'm a little bit concerned about the way Trump will handle that debate stage. Because if he goes after DeSantis the way he goes after a leftist, I don't think that's going to play so well. And I don't know that he has that type of discipline to really understand that it's a different game.
Yeah. So here's what I think. There's a couple things. So take Trump's following and let's break it down in different types of people. What percentage of his following is kind of like sitting there saying, look, you had a great run, I loved it, but it's time to move on? What percentage do you think it is? It's got to be percentage. What do you think it is?
I think there's probably, for me, about half, honestly.
That are ready.
I do. I think half know that he's got too much baggage.
I don't disagree. Let's take the other half. Of the other half that's there, what do they need if they had to choose between not voting, because they got to show up, right? If they had to choose between not voting or sucking their pride, swallowing their pride and saying, you know what, I'm going to vote for DeSantis. What percentage the other half you think is willing to do whatever they can for another Biden or another person to get? So you got 50% left.
It depends what Trump does. If Trump throws his support behind DeSantis, they go. If he says, don't vote for this guy. That's what I'm saying. Say they don't. No, I think they'll stay home.
You think half is?
I think a lot, not half. I think about 25% of them stay
then we're
home.
on the same page. Yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is the fact that
Which
I think
is crazy.
I know. So I think 50% is going to leave no matter what. And they felt they've had a good run, but they're leaving. Okay. The other 25%, I think, is going to say, there's no way in the world I'm going another 4 years with Biden or Kamala or, Newsom or whoever's going to be, right?
Yeah.
The other 25%, which is the most important, is going to be for Trump to come out and say, hey, let's get behind DeSantis and let's do this for home team.
I don't know if he'll do that.
The chances of him doing that will come down to one thing. It's going to sound weird. It's going to come down to how Newsom handles Trump. Because how DeSantis handles Trump. If DeSantis comes out and he tries to troll Trump like Trump is going to troll him,
right.
If he does that,
forget it.
I think Trump's going to be remembering every one of those words, and he's not going to endorse them.
Yeah.
But if I think DeSantis comes out and takes it from a standpoint of, I remember when President Trump endorsed me, I was supportive of it. I remember when this, I remember when that. And I think DeSantis is capable enough of delivering his message without offending Trump and still winning votes for Trump to say, fine, you gave me respect, because that's what's very important to Trump. You gave me respect, I say we go vote for him.
And you think it's going to be Newsom? That's who you think is going to? I mean, it's not going to be Biden.
Oh,
I mean,
no,
he has
no.
no idea who he is, where he is.
I think. Look, this is I think it's going to be Newsom, no matter what. I think Newsom is a superstar for the left. You may not like him, but he's a total superstar for those guys. I think, I think Mark Cuban. This is his season. He's about to step away from the show Shark Tank. I think he's stepping away for going out there and hiring the best consultants to prep him for all the topics, foreign, all that stuff. I'm not telling you it's a good camp. I'm just telling you, I think
that's a disaster,
if he's ever going to run, now is the time to run it. I think Michelle, if they're able to get Michelle to choose to get in, I think she's a force to be reckoned with. I just don't know if they want that life or not. I don't know if they want to do 16 years of that at this phase. Now their girls are getting older. The next phase is going to come. Grandma, grandpa, do they really want to do that?
Right.
I don't know. They got an incredible life. But if Michelle runs, it's a real threat. Newsom, the right has an insider that can give a lot of insight. Her name is Kimberly. There's a lot of information that she can give to their side about Newsom and how to get under his skin. But I think it's going to be a dogfight if Michelle Obama runs.
Newsom is a gift to DeSantis. A gift to DeSantis. I mean, just the lockdown.
Yeah.
Everybody left California to go to Florida. Everyone. My whole building is from New York and Los Angeles right now. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. So I think that's a gift. I don't get his appeal. I think he's very programmed, and I think he's
you
a
don't
beta.
Get Newsom's appeal?
I don't. I think he has I think he's somebody that you're going to stick on a debate stage, and you're going to be very surprised that he can't go off script well. I think he's got a Beto chip.
Never underestimate the power of a spinner. These guys are professional.
He's not going to do well
spin zone
with a DeSantis. I don't know about a Trump. I think Trump would be hysterical. That's the thing, you think about Trump that really appeals to people. He is. I mean, you could just get your popcorn, extra butter, sit there, and it's that Hillary stuff. Oh, it was just. I rewatch it now
because he'd be in jail. That line is going to go into history books.
He was right, and she should have been in jail, frankly. If you want to watch the full episode, you're going to click right here. And if you want to ask me a question one-on-one, you want to do a one-on-one FaceTime with a group of your friends, whatever you want, you need to download Connect right now. Click right here and let's get talking.